Do I look fancy enough in my Space Duck hoodie? Am I good enough to be on your channel, Rocks?
Always, bro.
I wore this just for you, and I lint brushed all the sawdust off it just for you, man. That's what friendship means.
That's dedication.
True love.
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, let me just pull up the Word document.
Yeah, I got mine up.
Why am I nervous? I feel like I'm getting interviewed.
Hey, like, yo, no, because this is a job interview. It's like, well, Kate, we were looking over your resume, and there's some questions I'd like to ask you.
Why is
I
it
have a 3-month gap in 2019. Would you like to explain that? God, I hate that.
COVID.
Can you
2019. What's up? Sorry.
No, I gotta find the document, the one I think that
Do you want the one that has just your questions, or do you want the one I added to?
the one
I'll send you
I just gotta Google it real quick because I think mine is corrupted for whatever odd reason.
Oh, fun.
Nah, we're good. Alright, we got it.
How are you
Oh,
talking?
okay, cool.
All right. Well, welcome to Rock Talks episode 1, first dates. So just to set the stage, this is a judgment-free, open-minded discussion, dialogue, so that we can all learn from each other's perspective, and so forth. And we'll start off with just a general question. What's the most exciting thing that's happened to you this week, just off the top of your head?
Regarding dates?
No,
I
just
was gonna say, I'm good stories for that. Let me tell my boring thing first to amp up the audience later. It's got to be a rant going this way.
Yeah.
I've been real successful at work this week. I bought some new power tools. I'm very happy about that.
There you go.
See, I can see the excitement on both of their faces about it. That's outstanding.
What about you, Kate?
I have been pursuing some new hobbies, so I've been getting into skateboarding and hiking and stuff. So that's what's been exciting for me, but that's about it.
Dangerously athletic. No, thank you. You sound like you burn calories, and I'm not feeling that. I want to keep mine.
I eat more than that I burn, trust me.
See, there you go. Winter's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're like bears.
As we should.
What about you, Esme?
My hair be like...
Yeah, Esme, what you think? Most exciting thing this week for you?
Probably getting my phone.
What's wrong with your phone?
I'm almost done my first semester. That's exciting. Not much. I feel like there hasn't been much going on, to be honest.
So school,
that's a good week in itself sometimes. It's just to sit back and relax.
There you go.
Rox, I feel like you didn't answer the question.
Oh, I need to answer the question? For me, probably the most exciting is probably this is starting this particular what would you call this series of videos for content. I think it's probably the most exciting. I think we put a ton of work into planning this. I appreciate you, Kate, you, Bomb, and Esme here being here, and hopefully something happens. We go viral, some shit, right? We'll say something, and it's gonna go viral. So I'm excited.
Give me some of the money.
Yeah, for sure. I got you.
Yeah. So just think about whatever appeals to the people. Do that.
What's going on, Sion?
Say blockchain a lot, like it's a comma.
All right. I think Bob, why don't you start us off? I think you'll help us facilitate this discussion.
Yeah. So we're just kind of generally talking about relationships and first dates and stuff. So I want to know. The first thing I want to ask is, where would you go, or if you were looking for a date, if you were looking somebody you wanted to ask out or who you wanted to ask you out, where would you go? Like, what's a comfortable setting for you for that?
To be honest, I would just walk around campus because my campus is really, really big, and the chances of talking to someone randomly is really high. And a lot of people are very cute here, so I would just do that.
So you would stroll around.
Like,
you would stroll around campus, and people are open to going up and having conversations.
Where's Rob?
Oh yeah. We call it people watching here. We
see, Alabama, I thought people watching was you sit on a bench at the mall and talk about how weird that guy's hat is.
Here it's like this you can pick up.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
What about you, Esme? Can you hear me, Esme?
Hey, Esme, what you think? What would your ideal setting be to meet somebody, either that you wanted to ask out or that you wanted to ask you out? Where would you want to be?
Like, where would I want to, like...
Yeah, like what's a comfortable environment for you? Wanted to ask out or that you wanted to ask you out? Where would you want to be?
I don't know, probably, like where would I want to, like...
Yeah, like what's a comfortable environment for you?
Probably somewhere nice. I can't think of anywhere, like, probably somewhere, like a natural area, maybe. Yeah.
So, hold on a second. You have feedback going on, Esme. Can you either put your noise suppression on or whatever it is?
Rock's on here, though. Like, I can't hear him.
Can you guys hear me? You guys can all hear me.
You.
Yeah, so it's only you, Dana.
Pardon?
Everyone can hear me except for you.
We can hear Rox.
You just can't see me, but everyone in the stream can see me.
Yeah, should have the audio.
Stream. I just can't. I can't
Let me try to get out of here and come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and tell you what, my wife just got home. I'm gonna get her in here. What do we think?
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Eat my cherries.
And then Arthur said the best place is the bathhouse in the hot tub.
Of course you would say that. That reminds me of Jiraiya from Naruto.
Yeah, I really don't know why that doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
Hi, Arthur.
Hey girl, what's up?
So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I was like wondering who was everybody talking to because I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. I think maybe for next time, maybe we can do like a Zoom link. Maybe the Discord can't really handle multiple.
That might be better.
So. All right. Moving on.
Yeah, tell you what, Rox, you handle the next one. I am trying to get my wife in here.
All right. All right. So this is a general question. Do you think it's always the guy's job to approach a girl? And how would you like to be approached?
Okay.
I can answer this one. I don't think it should always be the guy. I think the girl should do it like sometimes too. Like I guess there isn't like any like right or wrong, like you know what I mean? So definitely not. And the way I would want to be approached personally is like obviously not like someone who's just gonna like come here and be like, hey, like what's good and stuff. Because I've had people like do that to me. Like once I was at a bus stop station and this guy just like randomly comes out of nowhere and like starts like catcalling me.
Oh,
and,
nasty.
Oh no.
Yeah, and like literally asking me like to come over to his crib. Yeah, I'm like.
But I feel like that's the norm though. Cat calling a girl. Like have you ever seen a girl cat call a guy?
No.
Like how
No.
like when is that ever gonna happen, right? Like you sit here and you're saying to me that it's okay for a girl to approach a guy, but then they should be able to cat call a guy as well. No.
there's more ways to approach somebody than that. Like, I would rather that.
No catcalling.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
like, it's not just.
I approach men a lot.
I don't like
Kate, you approach men a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? I like
because if I like someone, I'm gonna get that someone because I'm not gonna let someone else get to him first. That boy mine.
Oh damn. Okay.
That's how I see it.
Do you feel the same way, Esme?
I mean, she has a point.
Have you ever approached a guy?
No, never.
Girl, you're pretty enough to.
So
I've never done that.
you've never approached a guy, but you're saying that it's okay for a girl to approach a guy.
Yeah, I think it's okay, but like I've never done it. Like I've never been the type of person to be first. I don't really like being first, but I'm not like against it or anything. Like I would do it.
Yeah, no, like it's super nerve-wracking.
So
Yeah,
how would you do it?
sure.
How would you do it?
How would I do it?
Yeah. Put yourself in a man's shoes, right? Like, most of the time, a guy's, like, going up, like, oh, shit, hey, baby, what's going on? Can I buy you a drink? How would you do it?
I have no idea. Like I can't even picture myself doing it.
Now,
Well,
see, I think Esme and I are on the same page here. That's way more situational. I couldn't go, hey, baby, what's up? For $1 million. I would never be able to make that work.
I think I've
So-
ever done that exactly.
So what?
Like,
So
I would fall into a puddle that's like, hey, let's be friends and hang out for a minute. I want to know if you're like gonna eat my dog or something, and then let's go out and get something to eat.
Yeah.
But Kate, you've approached guys, so how do you go about doing it?
Well, it
Is your
depends
dog
on the
gonna
guy.
stand
And what do you
Okay.
say?
Okay. If it's just a stranger in public, I'm just gonna be like, you're cute or nice, whatever. Like, you got a nice hoodie or whatever. But if it's someone I know and we're on like either acquaintances or friends, and I like that person, like sometimes I straight up just say, I like you. Let's go on a date.
But that's different, right? Like, that's just someone
Yeah.
you already know, like, you've already built that rapport. But if this is a totally different stranger,
Yeah,
you
you're
just,
talking about cold
Oh, I
calling.
have done a stranger before, yes.
and how does that work for you?
I don't know. It really like I have to analyze the person for a hot second and be like, what can I say that wouldn't be weird?
Because, like, I agree, you're analyzing, right? But you're analyzing based on the amount of data points. In this case, the data points is how attractive is this individual to you, right?
Yeah.
So there's only
Yeah.
so many things you can say. And as a guy, I'm just like, if I see a girl that's, attractive, I'm gonna say something, Like,
Yeah, like you're cute or something. Like I feel like I've just done something like, hey, you're cute. That's it. And see where it goes,
right.
Now, see, I respect that kind of like confidence. Like, that sounds insane to me. To just walk up and like cold call like that. That's like, no, you walk up and start a conversation that's like, I was with you, Kate, up until y'all went too far. It's like, yeah, I'm going to sit there and look at that person and see something, like what is making me value this person right now. Or like walk up and be like, oh my God, can we talk about how great your earrings are or something, and find that and talk about something for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I would melt into my shoes if I just randomly walked up and asked someone to go on a date with me. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Like it's not something I prefer to do. I don't think I would probably do it again. Not because it failed or anything. It's just I've realized I prefer to be friends first.
All right, so I'm going to take a pause here. I'm going to read the chat so that you guys can see what's going on. If you guys aren't on the stream, we've got Swaggy's in the house. What's going on, Swaggy? He says,
Swaggy.
hey, baby, what's up? Bomb saying, hey, baby, what's up is 300% success rate. Arthur says, confidence comes with a pretty face. And then Radical says, I have girls say they like my hoodie. I agree. Pull out teeth? Pull out teeth?
Yes, radical.
Nice. All right. Moving on.
I love this feedback you're getting.
That's so funny. So let's see. What else do you got?
Well then, let's assume you're talking to a person and you're trying to see, like, you're attracted at something about them is attracting you, right? I want to know,
Yes.
Is there anything, what in that first conversation is a red flag that's like, this is absolutely not going to work? Like, I thought you were cute and I was wrong. What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Like the person approaching giving a red flag, or the person you're approaching giving the red flag?
The person you're approaching gives you a red flag. Either way, red flags are red flags, man.
Right.
That's hard for me to pick up on a red flag right when I give a compliment. I'm not really good at that. I guess if they make it sexual really fast, that would be a little weird. Because if I'm not approaching someone like in a sexual way, and they give me sexual energy back, I'll be like, okay, interesting.
Why not though? I feel like as a guy,
No,
I'm putting that big dick energy out on the moment I'm out, dude. The words that coming out of my mouth, energy is big dick energy, 100%.
I mean,
all the
not
way.
like.
Okay, what does that sound like?
I'm trying to phrase this correctly.
You know what, Rox? No, bring it. I'm your maiden fair. I'm sitting there at the mall, tastefully sitting.
Yeah.
Bring me your big dick energy. What's that look like?
If I was approaching you, Bob, I feel like my goal at the end of the day is ABC, always be closing. So I'm getting your number one way or another. I'm not talking about your Snapchat. I'm not talking about no social media, Instagram shit. I'm trying to close with your number, bro. Like real quick. And then I'll worry about setting up a date or whatever. Straight up. Right? Cause like as a girl, right? Yeah. Two girls here. If a guy's approaching you, like, I feel like you, in that interaction within that, small time frame, you're expecting this dude to like, there's some way to like, what's the word? Like, there's gonna be an exchange of at least some sort of contact information so that you can pursue this conversation at a later time, which could lead to either a date or, something else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's true.
I prefer a number over Snapchat, though.
So you prefer a number over Snapchat, right?
Yes.
Are you also the same way, Esme?
I'm not. I'm actually the complete opposite. I prefer I prefer a place, a platform where I can easily delete you and block you.
You prefer a dick pic? What? Oh, right. Okay. But I mean, you can do the same thing with the phone number nowadays,
The phone number, I feel like it's kind of like, I guess it kind of makes me worried because they will always have my phone number, right?
Yeah, that's true.
True.
That makes sense.
I feel like it's more invasive.
It is more
that makes sense to me. The social media just seems so less.
Are you just afraid of dick pics?
But that might just be me being older. But it's like, hey, what's your Snapchat? Sounds like I want to see you putting filters on your cat, and that's not giving the message I would want.
Well, this is a reason I don't ask for Snapchat is because when I ask for someone's Snapchat, they're a little bit more dry over the app because they don't have to text me. Okay, but when I get their number, we're having full-on conversations.
How is that any different? I don't understand.
Well, okay, let me explain this better.
I feel like that's. Hold on, before you say anything, I feel like that's like a personality thing, right? Either you're dry in general, or you're someone who has finesse, I guess you could say. Go on.
Yeah, I find the men that I exchange socials with, if I talk to them on Snapchat, they're very dry. They just send pictures of their forehead. But if
what the fuck?
Yeah. If I get their numbers, they actually because they feel like they need to text me through the number. Like, they feel like they actually have to have a conversation. Whereas Snapchat is especially for my age, because I'm 20, it's more the just streaks type thing,
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So for the older folks, can we define what streaks are?
Okay. Streaks are you send a picture. One person sends you a picture of whatever, it doesn't matter, and you send a picture back, and you do this you keep doing this, and you'll have numbers of how many days you've been Snapchatting, and that would be a streaks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So the whole point of that is to tell you how many days it's been since he said anything of substance?
Yes, yeah.
It's it's been, Kate, it's been 49 days since I said anything committal. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, and people really care about that too. So, for Gen Z, for sure,
they care. They care about the numeric value.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. What about you, Esme? You prefer number over social media tag?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of into the whole streak thing. I have a lot of streaks right now, actually.
We have one.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
And I do like
But
that.
what value do you get out of that? I feel like
It's for the clout, Rox.
bragging
Yeah.
rights?
Yes.
That's like me saying, yo, I just sent like 100 dick pics to 100 different girls. I'm gonna text my boys, what's your number?
No. See, the thing is you got a streak. One girl with 100 dick pics, one for day.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, like there you go. Apparently, and then in February she's like, "Oh, this is the 100th one." There you go.
Actually, speaking of this, going back to your question
Terrifying
about,
segue.
going back to your question about like, do I prefer like social media over text messages? I do. Like, I prefer Snapchat and stuff, but the one thing that I am afraid of is giving them my Snapchat, and then the first thing that I open up from them is like a gift.
This happens a lot.
That just happens. And
But
it's
I feel like that's the social norm nowadays.
that's like an
It shouldn't be.
Nah.
Oh man.
If you're looking to be blocked right away, then yeah, go ahead and do it.
So I guess my other question is, do you think there are women out there that are like into that?
Mostly, no. But there probably is. You always find that one woman, but most of the girls hate that. Don't do that.
Don't send
Yeah.
dick pics. So when is the most appropriate time to do that then?
Honestly, never do it.
Someone you've already established a sexual relationship with, for whatever reason, they can be in the same room with you at the same time,
man.
and they consent after you ask.
If you see it in person, then you can send it. Because other than that, we don't want to know. We don't care.
Or just think situation like you get a text message all the time, nothing happens, but you're there at like Nana Hamshake's funeral and your phone dings and that's what's up. You're at the funeral home. Your cousin's got questions for you. No, time and place.
I think that happened to one of my friends before.
Tell us more.
I don't really know the whole story, but apparently she got nudes while she was at a funeral.
Damn, bro, that's some savage shit.
I heard that's how a lot of people process grief, but that's getting on it pretty quick. You're already in the funeral home. Like, chill. The hole ain't dug.
So can we go back to the dry personality via text message? So have you ever encountered where they're super dry in text, and like in person they're not dry?
Yes.
Right? And how do you feel about that, and vice versa, where they're super like quote unquote talkative on the text, but then when you meet them in person, they have no personality. So go ahead.
Okay. If I had to choose one,
Yeah.
I would do the dry over text and talkative in person. Because that's what matters the most to me.
I agree. I would rather them be like more talkative in person rather than on the phone, because like I feel like you're gonna be around them more than you are gonna be texting them, right?
Mm-hmm. And that helps with alone time too, because they're not like clingy over the phone. So when you're separated, you can do you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess how I'm trying to think in my previous relationships or just my dating life,
Yeah.
how I was, because I feel like when I've received the number, I'm most likely trying to set up a date and try to keep the conversation between text message very minimal. Hey, Mrs. Baum, what's going on?
That's why.
I'm so happy that you're here.
This is going to be
Now
fun.
it's bomb threats, plural.
Yes.
Ooh.
Where were we? Dry versus
Dry versus wet personality. Yeah,
yeah,
let's go for it.
yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think being in person when I'm actually interacting with them, saving sort of that personality for the in-person date is, I think it's just it's much more important, I guess, in my mind when I was back in the dating game.
Oh man, I'm not there. I feel like if I've got a pull toward anybody, it's humor. So I feel like I need to be 100% funny all the time, or I've immediately lost interest.
I do
It's
need
like
funny.
every message is a punchline. Let's go. Nobody remembers the jokes that don't land.
So in terms of personality, what's like the most important characteristic about an individual when you meet them for the first time?
Like making me laugh is important.
I agree.
Very, very important.
Super stereotypical how they talk to wait staff in the restaurant. You need to talk to people like they're people, or you're getting out. I'm not buying you chicken nuggets. Leave.
Yeah.
Like, be gone.
For the first time meeting someone, definitely how funny they are, because that's what you need, something to not be awkward, you know.
But what if they were rich? Would it matter?
To me, no, because I look for myself and I'm doing fine. I don't need no man.
I mean, if they're like, if I'm sitting there across the table from the guy and he's like, man, this is awkward, here's a 20, and does that over and over, then maybe.
Maybe there's a second.
Oh, okay, so money does matter. Okay.
Yeah, if it's like $50 per awkward silence, yeah.
Like, yeah, it really depends. Am I going for a relationship? Am I going for an opportunity? Am I working?
My card's older than Kate. Yeah, I'm going for sugar daddy.
Have any of you been on a date with a sugar daddy? I'm gonna just throw that out there.
No.
Would you be open to?
No.
I feel like I would feel very uncomfortable.
Why?
Me too.
Because what?
Because
he has a lot of fucking money?
No, because
The
like
age gap.
because like a lot of the times when people are sugar daddies, they will try to spoil you, but then like they want obviously something in return at the end.
I mean,
And that
I
will
feel like
hurt
every
me.
relationship is transactional, is it not?
Yeah, you know,
Yes.
If
Yes.
you put it in really dark terms like that, yeah, but what you're
And
transacting doesn't necessarily have to be money. Like
It's true
if
though.
you're using money to cover a crappy personality, you can't outspend that.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah.
and then I think to Kate's point, the age gap. What if they were like 25, 28, whatever, crypto millionaire, billionaire? Would that matter?
How am I getting that? But,
Sugardaddy.com,
I mean,
cryptodaddy.com.
if I'm attracted to him, yeah. If not, no shot, because I know that's not gonna work.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, if they have a good personality, if they're attractive, if they're everything that you want, then like why not? But like, will I date them because of that reason? No, I wouldn't.
So
yeah,
no,
that goes back to the one thing you said that was really, really important in a person to see on a first date: humility. If that guy's got $10 million because he got lucky on, Plumbus coin or whatever, I need him to not think he's the shit for it.
Yeah, hopefully.
An official relationship, no, but I also I wouldn't look down necessarily on someone who went on the sugar daddy thing. Just because I don't feel like I could do it, I don't feel like I should.
I bought your chicken fingers our first date. I was a sugar daddy.
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much. Splendid daddy. Splendid daddy.
I'm called Sweet and Low.
that's so funny.
Look at them.
Oh man.
Hi.
I mean, I would love a sugar mama.
Go get
It
you
goes
one,
the
bro.
other way. It goes the other way.
I would be a sugar mama, hands down. If I
Well,
had
then tell you
money.
what. Here's a question that's on our list that I think is extremely important for reasons that I can't really detail. I don't know why this would become a valid question for me. How important is it that the guy asks you where you want to go eat? Do you want him to go decide, or are you sometimes paralyzed by indecision?
Like, as a guy, I get it that a guy needs to take initiative, right? But I'm fucking, as I get older, I'm fucking tired of making decisions and taking the initiative and all that shit. I mean, every once in a while, it'd be nice if the female would, be like, hey, let's go here, XYZ. I'm fine with, taking you to McDonald's, I'm cool with that. Getting you, a Big Mac.
Usually kind of how it
Big
works.
dick.
But like, yeah, I mean, like that's usually like a good way to go. Though is like, yes, I can be indecisive. Not like you can't be indecisive. So
Things are hard.
Is that we just kind of narrow it down, be like, what do we not like?
Yeah.
Here's our system that's hard. I'm going to come up with 3 restaurants.
And I have to pick
one of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pick to works like a charm.
Yeah.
Or otherwise.
It really is.
She comes up with 3, and then I get rid of 1.
Usually,
That works like a
almost
charm.
always Chinese food.
It is always.
That is a solid choice.
What about you single ladies?
Picking where to eat.
Yes.
I'm pretty good with that, picking where to eat, because I love food. But when it comes to our activities, I'm a little more indecisive with that. But food's easy for me.
Why though? Why are women more indecisive about deciding where they want to, like, what they want to do on a date? Why do you think it's the guy's job? Like, that's a lot of pressure for a guy. Like,
It depends. Like, if we have a common hobby, of course I'm gonna be like, let's just do that because it's obvious. But
what about
sometimes it's hard.
what about if I took a girl out on a date to the movies?
That's always good. Like,
Yeah, that's okay.
I
I
guess
went
basic.
good.
Okay, so
Generic.
movies, but dinner after always so you can talk about the movie.
Yes, I
And-
think so.
So dinner and
Like-
movies. Okay.
Yeah, dinner
How
after
about
always.
but just how about
never
just
before.
how about just dinner? I mean, how about just movies?
No.
No.
Oh, the other person.
No, unless you're just,
Bring a
you
mannequin.
do what we did. We just made out during the whole movie, which was kind of cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but-
actually-
Zookeeper.
Okay.
Oh, look, baby.
We just made out through the whole movie. It was
It's
That is
like,
awesome. What the heck?
Like, we're either gonna smooch or I'm gonna start picking like popcorn out.
Okay, I would do it for that.
Yeah.
So it was like an hour, 30 minutes of making out while listening to this sassy, high-pitched
I remember that.
giraffe. I just remember the giraffe.
It was 10 years ago. I'm still traumatized.
It was like mom hot, but dude.
Getting that heebie-jeebie with an extra butter.
No, like picking the activity to a date is actually kind of fun, if a little stressful, because you get to show your personality by something. It's like, hey, this is something I think is fun and I want to share it with you, or this is something I think could be fun for the both of us.
Yeah.
Still, my favorite date that we ever had was like a $20 date. I'm not kidding you. We went to the dollar store and bought as many kid toys as we could, like felt coloring pads and markers,
Oh, that's
and
so
then we went
cool.
home and watched Disney movies and ate kid food. Like the dinosaur chicken nuggets and junk like that. We acted like we were kids because we were both stressed. We were both college students working our butts off. We're exhausted. So we spent a day as like second graders. It rocked.
We're 2 for 1, but we still celebrate Kid Day.
Yeah.
We watch posters.
Still cracked
So,
up.
so favorite dates for you, Kate and Esme.
Favorite dates?
Yeah, what was like the top date for you? Your favorite date?
I want to say, this one guy, a long time ago, obviously, took me to do a bunch of activities. It was actually really fun. A lot of things that I never done. For example, like mini putting. I never won mini putting before, and it was actually really fun. It was cool.
Oh, mini golf.
Yeah,
Mini golf?
and then yeah, it's like
There-
that. Yeah. Then like we went to the movies, and then the next date with that same person, like we went to like Niagara Falls. And there's so much
Did,
so much to do. Yeah.
That is good.
Nature dates, always good.
Always, for sure.
Yeah, going to the park even.
nature
Yeah.
dates. That's so
I love
interesting.
nature dates.
Well, then, speaking of, since we have 2 single people, the guy in the relationship and the married couple, I'm going to make a confession here. I remember our first date. What was our second date?
Wait, well, there was technically 2 first dates?
Man, we're good at this.
Well, okay, so our first date was going to the park.
With that, when we went to the park,
Yeah.
we went to the park with like a half a gallon tub of ice cream and just hung out. It was kind of great,
Yeah.
actually.
That is
That was
beautiful.
our first date. Our second
Aw.
date was
That was
Euro
the dinner
movie.
we classy, folks. I'm 19. What do you want? Yeah.
That's great. That's a great date idea. I'm gonna use that.
I have a question though. So this guy that like took me to do a bunch of activities.
Mm-hmm.
My question is like for the guys out there, like, would you have spent all this money on activities with a person you weren't down to get serious with? Because this person didn't even want to like get serious with me. I'm like,
hell yeah! If I got money to blow, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, there's something to be said if you're just having fun the whole time. Like, if you're in it to achieve a certain goal and it's awful if you don't, then yeah, it's kind of a waste of time. But if you just want to get to know somebody and have some fun, yeah, burn your money if you got it.
I think I read I think I read somewhere the average date cost about for the guy, right, is gonna pay, I'm assuming. And we could talk about who should pay on the first date at a later time. But the average cost, at least in Massachusetts, it's like $200 to take a girl out.
Sheesh.
That's like dinner, fucking activities, whatever, right? Like that's
Do
like
you take her to the museum and say, I'm gonna buy whatever painting you like, honey?
bro.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
So let's like if I'm yeah, I have no problem blowing money trying to get to know a girl because I think in that time you're trying to figure out like are we gonna click, right? And like I also want to benefit from this quote unquote date, right? Like, I'm gonna try to figure out if I'm gonna smash or not, right? Like that's what's gonna happen.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
I feel like that's so. Oh my god, I can't even like. I don't even know what goes in a men's like what's going on in a men's brain. Honestly, they're so hard.
Anxiety is what's going on.
But like, there are girls out there that are super high maintenance, like extremely high maintenance, and like you know, I don't think anyone here in the stream is, but I'm just like there are some extremely high maintenance women that like want that type of lifestyle, right? And like there are girls out there that want sugar daddies, right? Like that's just the lifestyle, you know, because it's at the end of the day, it's transactional.
I mean, for that, yeah, but at the end of the day, that might not be the girl for you.
Oh yeah,
so
Yes.
A typical relationship, the kind of relationship to aim for is transactional, in that I trust you and you trust me,
right?
And there's a lot on the line there. I don't like transactional just in terms of money. Like, I mean, there's risk in any relationship. That's the nature of it. Like, you're spending something, you know, wesser it's time or emotional investment or whatever. But I got $40.
Back to Esme's story here. So what happened in this date series of dates? He just stopped talking to you. He ghosted you.
Yeah.
Oh.
That is new. Like people used to never ghost. They would be like, "Hey,
let's talk about ghosting from a girl and a guy's perspective. All right. So, how did you feel when you got ghosted?
I mean, he didn't really ghost me.
Yeah, he ghosted
it was
me.
Not really. Like it was weird. Like
rocks. Was it mutual ghosting?
This person wasn't very clear on like he was not clear like, what he wanted with me.
And then what?
I made myself clear though, but this person like hadn't did whatever anyways. I would talk to him like twice a year, honestly. After that.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just kind of a mutual decline.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let's back up for a second. Let me. As I'm gonna try to like interpret this as a guy. So, you tried to you spoke about your intentions and he did not, right? What did you say exactly so I can figure out what's going on and why you got ghosted?
I mean, like
a relationship.
I guess we were both young. Like it was like a while back. I was still in my teens, so it makes sense. Like I wasn't like the person I wanted to be. I wasn't there yet. Right?
Yeah.
So like I guess like you can kind of see like how immature we both were and stuff. So I don't know, like I always had like since I was young, like I've always just wanted to be like settled with someone. Like I've never been the type of person that wanted to like go around, you know what I mean? So that's like always something that I've been looking for, and I guess a lot of guys, since they were like very young, right? They weren't looking for that, or maybe they're scared of commitment or something because they're so young, right?
Yeah.
So they're just looking to smash.
I guess like
Basically.
But why are you so shocked? Why are you so shocked? Are you shocked?
Such high schooler rocks.
Like, don't you guys smash all the time? I hear
Yeah.
you guys playing.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
me,
this is-
Bomb, and the rest of the server are always smashing.
Like, go smash your sweet face.
This is where age. This is where age comes into play, and it's weird. The only girl I ever really ghosted, I ghosted because, well, for other reasons, but I ghosted her by nobody had cell phones. You had a landline at home, and I just said, Dad, if she calls, tell her I'm not home. That was ghosting back then.
That is harsh ghosting.
So what about you, Kate?
I-
Ghosting. Have you done
Okay.
it? Have you been ghosts? How do you feel about that?
I have to think if I've done it before. On the top of my head, I don't think so, because every guy I've talked to has gotten like, I've told him that I wasn't into them. I don't think I've ghosted someone before. I might have, and I forgot.
That innocent,
Really
that
good
innocent
ghosting.
ghosting.
Like, you straight deleted that guy from your memory.
I've only blocked people who deserved it. I wouldn't even call it ghosting.
Yeah, that's not the same to me.
But being ghosted, I haven't been ghosted either. Like, I have been ignored, but they always come back. I've never really been ghosted. So I have no opinions, really.
Yeah, same here. Like I've been slightly ghosted, but then they always come back. Which
Yeah,
Bro,
they
how-
always come back for more.
You got. I just like this word, slightly ghosted.
It's semi-ghosting.
It's ghosting and then
Yeah,
recycling. I feel like.
Another
It
thing
could be,
is
but I'm bored. I don't care.
I
like,
before though. Like, a lot of the times when I ghost people, it's usually because they don't know how to hold a conversation. So I'm like, okay, so bye. Like, this is not gonna go anywhere. So
Yeah,
why,
just-
like,
yeah.
Criminally awkward then.
Can be
I-
valid. But
yeah.
like, I don't know, every relationship I've ever ended, I at least try to tell them, hey, it's not working out.
Yes.
Or, I mean, worst case scenario, I'm manipulated into them dumping me. But
Yeah,
that's only one time.
What? What? Hold up. All right, I'm gonna make a point there to come back to that.
They needed to know because it's disrespectful. Like, I respected you enough to like give you this time and energy, and you deserve to know that it's over.
Exactly.
That one time, he just realized things were off, and he texted me, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to just, not do this anymore?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Good job." You know what? I love that idea. And he's
That's
like,
so
"Oh, what?
funny.
Really? Oh, okay." I'm like, "Yeah, sweet, guys."
I mean, like, I guess it's really nice, like, when you were feeling the same way, right?
I mean, I think he was a little more into it than I was, but I
So if you engineer it to make him feel that way.
to engineer it, he just kind of brought it up, and I was like, "Yeah, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it? Over."
So
That
can we
makes
go?
sense.
Can we go back to the? Sorry, go ahead, Kate.
Oh no, it's just I'm done.
Can we go back
I
to
have a
the? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
What is, like, the worst experience you guys have ever experienced? Like, it could be dating or, like, far into, like, the relationship. Like, anything, like, a horror story you want to tell us about?
A dating horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
He has a few more than I do.
I have
Bob's face.
I have a good bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have some that are so much dating, but just I'm at work and I work with the public, and I've had horrible instances that way. But
I have a lot.
Yeah, you have a lot.
I do have. I have a good few. I don't know.
Go ahead. Spill the beans. What's the tea?
Okay. I'll do the first date I ever went on. Okay. And this man's, like, we were just, like, kind of chatting normally. And I didn't think he would just go in and start touching me. And he just full on just kisses me. But he doesn't move. And he, like, kisses me like a frog. And I'm just sitting there like...
Wait, what is a... What is a... What is... How does a frog kiss?
Yeah, like a frog, like, just open mouth charge you.
He was just like, he literally charged at me. He was like, and I was like, oh.
Oh, he's
Hard down. Hard
Oh.
down.
What was this though? Was he like?
But that's like big dick energy right there, dude. Like, what?
Big dick energy is not your teeth clicking into the other person's teeth. Big dick energy is not dental bills.
He knew what he wanted.
I was like, hold the fuck.
So did you reciprocate? What happened?
I pushed him off. I told him to stop. And he kept doing
Look
it.
like that. We should have been
There you go. Establish dominance. Fight him right on the chin.
like deers and antlers.
Oh, I should have. I was shocked. I didn't know what to do. And the most second, like, okay, this date happened when I had no sleep. I didn't sleep last night, and I woke up at 6 a.m. for work, and we hung out to watch a movie. And I thought it was just gonna be like one movie. And he was like, "No, we're gonna watch more, and you're gonna stay up with me and watch all of them." I'm like, "Well, I've had no sleep, and I kind of need to sleep a little bit, so I kind of want to go home." And he was like, "No, you're not going home." And I was like, "Okay."
What?
And then he like grabs me and he starts calling me. He's like, "Okay, wake up, stay up." I'm like, "I want to sleep." And one time I fell asleep on accident, and he like started shaking me, and he was like yelling at me. He was like, "You need to watch this right now, and you need to stay up." I'm like,
What were you watching? What was so important?
we were all on Netflix, and we started watching a TV show. And
So you
Were
guys.
you like
So wait, at any point there was no chill? Like,
no?
there was no chill in that. It was just straight Netflix.
Like was
it
there
was
like?
straight, you were watching this, and you were staying up. I don't care what you say.
The story ends with, and that's when I maced him and ran away.
Yo, Esme's
but
face.
that's on a different level.
Yeah, he was like, "You need to watch all 9 episodes." I was like, "But these episodes are an hour long." And I sat there for 9 hours. Because I didn't know what to do. And he got mad at me for falling asleep when I'm sleep deprived. And I was just like, okay. TV
Better
shows that
to a
good, huh?
taser. You want a taser? This is what tasers are for.
I need to take some.
Dude, I got you.
So
Thank you. That was...
That's
Well,
just,
yeah, I mean, Anthony and I would do that, especially at the beginning, but we never got through the movie.
Oh my gosh. Hours.
that. I think that's Bob's reaction.
He's like-
Oh man. I mean, I feel like that's the whole point, right? Like, you're not supposed to go through the whole movie, right?
No,
Like,
it took a while for it to actually be able to fit through a movie. It took a
Right.
while.
Learning to read the room is one
Yeah.
of the most important skills you need to have when you want to date somebody.
yes.
That's like, is this person into the environment I want right now?
Yeah, I
Yes.
clearly-
No? Okay. Then we're going to watch a movie, and I'm going to take 30 seconds to go make popcorn or whatever.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, so...
Well,
What about
let's-
what about you, Esme? What horror stories do you have to share?
I don't have a lot. Like a lot of the dates that I went on were like probably like 1 or 2 days. A lot of it was because like it was mutual. Like we weren't feeling it. Honestly, a lot of the times it was me because like it was just awkward dates.
You're an
Yeah.
awkward person.
I'm not like I always engage. Like I'm very social, and when the person I'm with is not social, like it makes it very awkward for me. But yeah, I've never had like anything horror, like anything like too bad. However, I did have this one guy. I've mentioned it before. I don't know if I told Cater. I don't remember, but I had this one guy who was like very obsessed with me.
Why?
We were like, I don't know, like he was like very obsessed. Like, he had anger management problems. I don't even know. Like he's just very like was very terrible. He was a terrible person, honestly. And we were like, I guess seeing each other. I don't know if we were like, I guess we were dating. I don't know. We weren't. It wasn't anything official, but like we would hang out and stuff, right? For like I want to say like at least a month or two, and like he got very obsessed with me, very possessive, I guess. He wouldn't like.
Do you like that? Are you into that? Being possessed?
What?
Demons.
Like a Yu-Gi-Oh card or something. My blue eyes white dragon.
I mean, there's some sort, like, there's a slight, like, when you're in a relationship, you want to feel like you're, possessed.
No,
right.
Yeah.
I think it takes a minute before something like that is valuable.
Right.
Yeah, like of course I would like.
But I feel like this guy is giving you like everything up front. You weren't into it. Like he gave you 100%.
We weren't even official. We weren't even anything. We were just like, I guess, casually like chilling and dating like for like a month or two, and like he got very like he owned me basically.
Yeah, boy.
So this talk has become situations you need a taser for.
Yo, for real.
People.
And then like one time like I just like I got so fed up with him because like it wasn't like my cup of tea, right? So I made it clear to him like I don't want to like proceed with this because like it's very creepy. Like you're very obsessed with me. Like you won't leave me alone. Like you get mad at me if I do something. Like he was just like he had really bad like anger issues too. So and he would road rage like crazy and like making me like so embarrassed. Like he would give me second-degree embarrassment when I was like in the passenger seat with him. So yeah, I swear there wasn't. I swear there was like some loose screws in him. Honestly, like he just like wasn't more.
So can we talk about
Thank you.
the screening process that men and women have? Like based on this date, right? I assumed you didn't screen this guy very properly. I'm guessing.
No, and
Or did you?
I didn't honestly, but then like eventually like after like a month I noticed like this was really weird. Like it's not normal. Like he's very obsessive. So like I ended things off and like I blocked him and I deleted him off everything because like yeah, like it's creepy. Like usually I like to end things on good terms and like not delete people because I don't like deleting people. Right? Like I like to keep friendships at least, right? But if it's somebody that's like very crazy like him, then yeah, I will block you. And like when I did that, I blocked him off everything. He got so angry that he came to my house and like
You opened the door.
no, like I saw him.
You opened the window.
No, I saw his car parked outside my window, and like I literally had to like put my house on lockdown because it was that bad. Like I told my parents and everybody, I'm like, listen, this guy is like very obsessed with me. Like he's coming. Just like turn off all the lights off, lock every door, like don't answer the door, make it seem like there's nobody here. So that's what we did. Like, my parents were kind of like freaked out and a little bit scared too. And like I saw his car outside my window and he was like, you know when somebody like presses on like the gas and like it makes like this loud noise.
Yeah.
He kept doing that and stuff, and like I was just like peeking through the window and he was like just there for like a whole half an hour waiting for me to come out, and like yeah, he wasn't gonna leave until like I went out to see him, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, do you really think my parents are gonna like do that and like be like throw me like outside just so that you can leave? No. They're gonna like protect me and stuff. So
Call the police.
yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
we didn't think of that. But it was just very creepy. So
Yeah, like
So Kate, you're getting a taser. Esme, I'm getting you a cattle prod. You need someone with some reach.
no, so like Esme's over here, so I'm like, oh, I don't have any real nightmare stories, and then she unfolds the
just a
stalker
nightmare.
monster
Yeah,
life threatening.
So
There's something to say for that. Like, oh, sorry, Rox.
after that experience, so how have you enhanced your screening process, and we can get into how we screen people. Right.
I don't know, like I try to be more cautious. Like if something doesn't seem normal, then I will like back away immediately. But most of the times, like I haven't had any issues like that ever again, thankfully. Um, yeah. How about you guys? How do you guys screen people?
I wish I could tell you something valuable there, but there's those filters. You act differently on a first date. You try to present yourself as best as you can. More clever, more intelligent, more flirty, and then that's just kind of an example of that sort of curtain falling after a couple months, and you start to kind of become more yourself as you're more relaxed with that person. It's like I want you to really understand me if this is going to be a thing, and then here's me. Turns out I was not that super flirty nitwit on the first date. I'm, an anxious rubber band ball waiting to fall off a desk and explode. And then I'm sorry that your guy was not an anxious rubber band ball. He was, in fact, a guy who should be on a most wanted list somewhere. And I wish there were really good advice to give against that. There's just...
Alternatively, you can pay for background checks. Get on the internet. Very easy.
That's too much. That's too much work. I feel that's just too much work.
Cat and prod, $60. They fold up. Purse friendly.
I mean,
like $10 to get background checks.
I almost don't like the paranoia of needing to get a background check just because somebody asked you.
It's like,
That was more sarcasm. Okay.
What about you, Kate? What's your screening process like?
On the first date?
Sure. Yep.
It's very difficult for me because I'm more of a people pleaser, so I'm very easy to manipulate. But when it comes to the first dates, I'm looking out for, like, the only thing I can notice is, like, obvious things, like how they carry themselves, stuff like that. If they're prone to anger, if they could take a joke, things like that. But there's really not much I can do on a first date because, like Mom said, people are very fake and they're good at covering up things.
That's true.
So it's more so like the third date is when I start realizing, like, whoa, you're a little weird.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, here's what's behind the curtain.
Yeah.
What's weird, though? I feel like everybody's weird. I think I'm weird.
I mean weird as in, like, toxic or abusive.
Yeah, there's...
I mean, I exude...
There's a feeling weird, like, curious things about a person, and then there's off-putting. At best, off-putting.
I like a little weird, a little fun, like, because...
The opposite of weird isn't normal, it's boring. To not be weird is to be boring.
True,
yeah.
True. You don't want to be boring. Because that...
No.
Is it? I'm just checking the chat, guys. Kevo is here. What's going on, Kevo?
Hi, Kevo.
Hey, Kevo.
You said, Esme, you should have called 911.
I should have, yeah.
Definitely, that's scary.
Well, then, here's the thing. For people who are still dating or relatively newer in relationships, do you think opposites attract?
I used to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think opposites attract. I think...
stop me with this. No, you defend yourself, sir.
I feel like I couldn't really date myself. I mean, I like myself, obviously, but I don't think I could date another version of myself. But at the same time, it's like I enjoy the sort of conflict or opposite interest in my relationship currently, because my girlfriend's the total opposite of me, complete opposite of me, and we butt heads, from time to time. But I think that's just part of a relationship. You're gonna get into arguments, or someone's gonna see something this way and you're gonna see it the other way, and then it gives you that sort of open-minded, perspective on certain things. So I believe that.
Yeah. Like oh, go ahead, Kate.
No, you're fine. You can go.
I was gonna say that, like, it sounds like, Anthony, that you disagree with that statement, but I would have to say that we're very opposite on a lot of things, and we mesh very, very well. Well, I mean, one of the reasons where opposites attract is that they kind of provide where the other person lacks, and kind of build off of each other from that and learn from each other. Like, Anthony, you were so analytical when I first met you. Like, of course, you're still a poet, but you're also very black and white on your reasoning. And I was like, really?
Okay, there's a difference between thinking that the lady who reads palms for a living is full of shit and then just being black and white.
You know, that's not even what I mean.
Oh,
But that is part of
that was our first relationship fight. I was thinking that was what you meant.
part of it. Well, I mean, like, I don't know, how honest do you want me to get?
I means your father loved you. I don't know about that.
You hate anybody with any kind of religious view.
But like,
Period.
I had some questions.
And so it was like, okay, dude, not everybody. You can still have faith and still be reasonable. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's.
But you.
I think we're 80% very, very similar, and the 20% is what keeps the relationship interesting. I don't think. I think we're opposites in very small. I think our comfort zones are the same thing. I think our
opinions align, but the way we think are very, very different. You are like at face value, like the sweetest, most charming man. You like everybody who meets him are like, oh, he's so sweet. But deep back in his mind, he's like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And you would never see that. Whereas me, I have trouble hiding that. And so I'm just kind of like, get out of my face. But I'm also willing to give you a chance very easily, whereas Anthony will just continue to be nice and be hesitant about that.
Okay, yeah.
So, political is the right term. But it's also helped me with customer service, so it's just kind of like, yeah, I'll check out these bananas.
I would still say we're alike in a lot more ways than we're different.
Yes.
What about you, Kate?
I would not say we're opposites.
Kate and Esme, do you guys believe opposites attract?
I think they attract, but I don't always think they're compatible.
True.
Because
True. That's a good point.
At first, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, he's so different. He's so it's attractive and it's hot." I do believe in some cases it is compatible, but just in my personal experience, it has not been. Because further down the road, it's it gets boring. Because it's like, okay, we have nothing to really relate to.
Yeah. No common interest. You need to have common interest.
Yeah.
Or like the things that person likes drags you out of your comfort zone so consistently that it's not like acclimatizing to something new. It's just you're just damn uncomfortable.
All right, stop taking me to bars. I know you don't like them. Go by myself now.
So personally, I think that I feel like there isn't like a right or wrong answer for this one, because I think, yes, it's very important to have like stuff in common so you guys can relate to things and stuff, right? And not get bored, obviously. But then a lot of people say like, oh yeah, I stopped talking to this person because like we're so different. I mean, like, so what? Some people can work with different though. I feel like you guys were saying that you guys were very like different, but you guys like learned and built each other up in your relationship, and I think that's like something that is doable. And so I don't think like I feel like it's like a 50-50 here. Like, yes, like sometimes like it is nice to have things in common, and I think it's important, but then like no, like I don't expect this person to be exactly like me because we're two different people, right?
Yeah.
We're not the same, and there is no perfect as well. So I think people should just be open-minded about it. Like, why would you look for someone exactly like you? Like, that's just not gonna happen. Like, that's not ideal. That's not realistic.
I guess it depends on the definition of what exactly is the opposite, or what exactly is
your
mirror. Well,
Yeah.
Because, like I said, in a lot of ways, Anthony and I kind of handle situations differently, and we're still like learning from each other like 10 years later of how to handle and deal, but we've like been able to build off of each other. He's improved me a huge bunch in my life. No, stupid amount. Like he's downplaying it. Like I feel like I can actually articulate better. I have a better vocabulary. Nerd. I mean, I was already a nerd, but he let me be able to express it. You know, it just really depends if that opposite hinders you or if it liberates you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm right.
You are.
Did I miss any good questions?
Well, you're looking at the list for me. I thought you like.
Oh, not that kind of show. Okay.
I think we got room for one more bomb, and then that'll bring us to
I
the
think
hour.
so. Well, tell you what, man. You want to pick one, or you want me to pick one?
Go ahead, pick one. I'm managing.
Actually, tell you what. We can do better than that.
Oh, share.
What's up, you guys? Tell me what you want to pick.
Let me see.
What's a question you want to answer?
Bomb, can you not stream that?
Oh.
I got in trouble.
Yeah, it's messing with the layout.
Nailed it. My bad. I'm looking for trouble around here.
So I guess the question is, we can keep it either like more single questions, or do you want to keep it like?
Yeah, all right. We'll finish up with this question. What's the best way to approach a girl?
What's the what way?
What's the best way to approach a girl?
Oh, okay. This depends. This is very like situational.
What's the best way to approach a person? At a certain point, like I don't mean to be like a kind of.
I have had 100% success meeting someone through a mutual friend in a really comfortable environment, like your mutual friend's apartment, and just hanging out and getting to know that person that way. So far, that has led 100% to marriage. Would recommend that one.
I mean, it's not wrong. Like if you're trying to approach a girl and there's no other way to do it, alternatives I've seen people do it is they bring a confidant, a friend to kind of help ease the conversation if you're very nervous, and that wasn't a problem with me. Like I get it. Like they're chill. You're trying to get that flow going. But really just if you be just a rando on the street, like a random
says
woman
you
on
just
the street,
go
like
over and say wanna play Age of Empires, that's is all the words
they
you
are
need.
aware of you and they recognize you at least. You know, otherwise it is legit becomes just catcalling and it's creepy.
Yeah, for me, because I've been more like, because I picked up skateboarding and I've been going to the skate park and it's a whole new like community. And it's an interesting one, I'll give you that. But they're very keen on approaching people they don't know. So I do have experience with like what I like and how I like to be approached by a guy and what I dislike. Mm-hmm. And I tend like,
so
if they see you're doing something and they just kind of like looking at how you're doing it and they come up to you and ask you or like tell you in a friendly way, like, just add on to your hobby what you're doing. So like they'll be like, hey, you're doing this wrong, let me show you how to do it. Or like, oh, I see you like this based off like what you're wearing or this or that.
So they're giving you tips to improve is a good way to open up for them.
I don't know if necessarily like yes, that can work, but just kind of finding an interest that they have in and being curious about their interests. Like you say like the shirt you're wearing, or oh my god, you have strawberry earrings, and you know that's a good entryway. You know, versus
it always works on me.
Oh, you're so pretty. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like,
why? I feel like that works all the time.
Well, if I can
you just have to go for the low self-esteem girls. That's what it is.
If I was doing something and some strange gal walks up to me and tells me how to do it better, I'm gonna tell her to piss off.
Honestly,
fair enough.
Like that's not gonna work.
Yeah, like don't tell me how to do it better, but if you just have an interest in what.
I mean, I feel like that I see that a lot happen at the gym, right? Like that guy goes up to girl.
Because I am trying to get better at something, and when someone comes to help me, I will take that advice, and I really appreciate it. And then I've made so many friends that way too. A lot of guy friends.
True.
They're probably interested in me, but I don't know. But
Probably.
Good for you. Yeah, I'm closed off. I don't need strangers to come up and talk to me. Is my big thing. Like I want that level of kind of comfort beforehand.
What about you, Esme? How would you like to be approached? What's the best way to approach you?
I'm a very social person. So like I really like people that know how to keep a conversation going. So I feel like when people I like when people approach me like that know how to break the ice like properly, like obviously not catcalling and stuff, but someone just knows how to like break it so like they can like continue and add on to the conversation and just keep it going like that, right?
yeah.
And I think it's very attractive when a guy is very confident and like knows how to like be so casual like without forcing it, you know what I mean? Because like there's a lot of people that will just like force it and just call you like, oh, like you're so cute, like you're so beautiful, and like it's not bad, but it's not like what is gonna lead me towards you. I feel like someone who's like being their self is very important. Someone someone who's like very just laid back and just like very chill and like makes me laugh and stuff. I find that very attractive. And it's just like a matter of like not keeping it awkward. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if someone were to like, if people call me pretty, that is a way to approach, but like at the same time, it doesn't give you a conversation. It's just like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks. Like, literally, people will say that to me sometimes. And I'm like, thanks, I showered. I don't know what to say.
You don't smell.
I eat twice a day.
I put on deodorant. Did you put on deodorant today?
Hygiene, bro.
I'm like, hey, I tried.
Oh man.
That's what I mean by like not making it awkward. Like asking asking and like saying like proper things, like to not make it like just like, oh, okay, that's end of conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you want some open-end questions.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's like, let's have a discussion.
This actually worked for me a little bit. Come up with a ridiculous question and ask it. Like, you can have any animal in the world as a pet. What would you have? Something like that. You ask something goofy that lends itself to further conversation that can be funny, and you get to learn a little bit more about that person.
Yeah.
If you ask if you could have any animal in the world as a pet and it's not like aggressive to you, it wants to be your friend, the best that they can say is like a house cat.
No, I had one worse. I did that once with a coworker just to break the ice. She just looked at me and she was like, I don't like animals.
Not friends with that.
And I did. That was like, wow. Okay, like even mythical creatures, anything you want to come up with. I said, no, none of them. And I was like, well, we're just not going to have a conversation.
Yeah, hard pass. No, quit your job. Forget that
Goodbye.
person. Burn the place down. But yeah, that's my trick anyway, is be friends with the person first in a comfortable environment and ask goofy questions.
You're one of the lucky few, Bob.
Damn right.
All right.
Oh, okay, thank you. Like, whoa.
I think let's wrap it up. Thank you to everyone here that's part of the stream. I think the last thing we'll do is is there anything you want to tell the audience, the stream, anything that you're working on currently? And if you want to drop your social media handle, feel free to state that as well if you want people to reach out to you.
I just discussed not wanting people to reach out to me, so I'm out.
Bye.
You gotta go first.
I don't mind people like following me on like Instagram or anything.
What do you like to post on Insta?
I don't post much. A lot of the things I post are like nature.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's so boring.
Um,
But do you want to? Do you want to?
People.
Do you want to drop your handle, Esme?
How do I do that on here?
You just state it out loud. Yeah.
Actually, I'll just add it in the comments.
Sure, yeah. Anything? What about you, Kate? Anything that you're working on currently that you want the audience to know?
I'm not working on anything, but I do want to say thank you for watching and joining us. And if you want to add me on Instagram, my Insta is CAIT.425.
Awesome. So thank you for everyone joining us today. Please make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the stream if you want more content. Feel free to drop a note in the comments. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Okay, Joe. Good work. Y'all have a good night, all right?
Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night.
Okay.